Hi, it's me, Elizabeth Bulkley. I'm going to go through with you today, taking one of the lessons through National Geographic's website and enhancing it with technology. This is a lesson that's found at nationalgeographic.org, and this one's called Meet a Paleontologist. One of our standards in fourth grade is in order to talk about how fossils shape our history and how we figure out our history based on those fossils. And so, one of the standards for the kids is that they need to understand what paleontology is and what fossils are technically. And this is kind of a fun lesson from National Geographic. It starts out with talking to a paleontologist in here, and they kind of lay it out. It's very, very basic. It's for grades 3, 4, and 5. So here you see there's an activity overview. So there's a bunch of pictures, and technically I printed them all off um, and laminated them so that there would be small groups that get to see all the pictures. And inside it, you start by building the background, talking about the photos, and then you go from there to talk to the students about introductions to paleontologists and what is a paleontologist. And in this case, Paul Sereno is the one that they focus on in this lesson. And he discovered supercroc inside the desert, and that's one way that the students can tell that the land sometimes used to be sea, and that fossils can give us clues into the history. So just reading the interview itself, it has you distribute the handout, and then they read the interview, and then I have comprehension questions that I ask the students, and those are listed here. But within this lesson, to make it more interactive with technology, there's just so much more you can do. And I'm going to kind of go through a couple things that I researched and a couple other things that I've actually tried. So here you can see that this is just the basic lesson. And then from there, to extend the lesson, they say that you can go and show a video called Prehistoric Adventure, which is actually really great. They have other things as well. If you go to the actual Paul Sereno website, and in here it has Paul Sereno, the paleontologist, and you can show the students this. And there's a video about him, so they kind of get to know who they're reading about. And it talks more about his expedition, so that's something you could have the students go and learn about on their own and provide a link inside your website. And then also in this lesson, something that I've done is I had the students just read basically out loud those interviews, and they're kind of right here. I don't want to play them all, but they did it. They did it on green screens, so that was very successful. Um, Kind of interesting. And then another thing that we did, I can get this to pause for a second, these kids. Okay, is I had them write their own interviews, and that was way later this year. I thought that that was more advanced. So I had them kind of write their own interviews. And of course, I made this a private playlist for parents to be able to view it and no one else to be able to see it. So you can't just search up this. And I did a link on my website at the time with parental permission. So yeah, and they made their own. Okay, and then besides that, I also had one where there's an actual fossil dig that the students got to do. And that one is just on my basic science fourth grade playlist. I use YouTube quite a bit in order to organize videos for the storage space alone. It's pretty great. Hold on, let me exit out these kids here. So then at the very bottom of my playlist, I actually went ahead and I checked out the computers at the time for our laptops, and I had them do this fossil. And it's kind of interesting here. They take them through what to do, and the kids have to click through it. So you can kind of see here, there's all sorts of fossils that they get to click on, and it's very interactive. And this is a website, but it actually is also a there's a backup video. Sometimes my school, we have connectivity issues for that particular website for the dig. And so although I had for the main activity for them to do this fossil dig, we kind of had some issues, and so we had to watch a video going through the entire dig instead for some of the students. So it's always good when you're enhancing your lesson with technology, have that backup there, because if something's going to go wrong, it probably is, and you want to be quick on your feet. So those are just a couple ways to enhance that basic lesson. Um, my students really appreciated adding some extra things to it, and I even found some extra things in order to add to it now that I just showed you as well. So I hope you liked my video, and I hope that you enjoy enhancing your lessons with technology.